Hey everybody, it's Dan for Gematria today. Gematria is the ancient Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. Been a long time since I did a video here on Gematria today, and that's because I got a Mac, I got a laptop, and I started doing my own videos at my own time and putting them up at Numerical Lion. Here's my YouTube channel. It's called Numerical Lion. I have a bunch of videos up, from sports to strikes to tropical storms to recalls, all kinds of things here. Lots and lots of videos. I think over 70 videos to be precise. And that's what I've been doing with my time. But I thought I'd come back to Brattleboro Community Television. And the goal of this work is to spread this work, so people are aware that there are numerical rituals that are going on every day in the news all the time. So Gematria, kind of said it before, but here's a Wikipedia definition of it. It's an alphanumeric code of assigning a numerical value to a name, word, or phrase based on its letters. A single word can yield multiple values depending on the cipher used. Gematria or Gematria originated as an Assyrio-Babylonian Greek system of alphanumeric code or cipher that was later adopted into Jewish culture. Similar systems have been used in other languages and culture. Earlier, the Greek isosophy and later derived from or inspired by Hebrew gematria, Arabic abjad numerals, and English gematria. A well-known example of Hebrew gematria is the word chai, or alive, which means alive, which is composed of two letters that, using the assignments in the Mispar Gadol table shown below, add up to 18. This has made 18 a lucky number among the Jewish people. Gifts of money in multiples of 18 are very popular. So you see the table here from the Mispar Gadol. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, probably not. But Aleph is 1, Bet is 2, Gimel 3, Daleth 4, Het 5, Vav 6. My Hebrew is not too good, but as you can see, each letter stands for a number. And that's what we have here. So years ago, not too long ago, this guy named Derek developed a Gematrinator calculator, which has 4, they call them the base ciphers. In the Wikipedia, they're talking about many ciphers. Well, there are tons of ciphers, but we're not going to get into all the different ciphers because we're just going to make it easy. There's 4 ciphers. One's the English Ordinal cipher. In English Ordinal, just as A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, etc., on up to Z, the 26th letter of the alphabet. Z equals 26. So every word, so say you have the word fox. Fox equals 45 in this English Ordinal cipher. And F would be 6, O is 15, X is 24. You add it up, it equals 45. Now there's something called reduction, where everything is reduced down to a single digit. So F remains 6, O instead of 15 is 6, and X instead of 24 is 6. So when you see Fox on the television screen, it says 666. There's something also called the reverse ordinal, which just simply means the alphabetic order reversed. So Z is 1 instead of A, and A is 26. And then there's something called reverse reduction, which is the alphabetic order reversed and everything down to a single digit. So instead of A being 26, A is 8, right? Z remains 1. It changes at the letter 10 when you're going forward, and backwards it changes at the letter Q. But it all gets, so J is 10 in English Ordinal, right? So J then would be 1 in reduction. So that's a quick lesson on Gematria. This is a lifetime of study. Gematria is part of Kabbalah, and Kabbalah deals with getting closer to God, the different Sephiro and different ways of getting closer to God. I don't pretend to know that stuff. I only pretend to know about Gematria or Gematria, and I've heard this from Zachary K. Hubbard. He's got a blog. Check out his blog. Free to find truth. And that's where I learned this practice from. He's also got a book called Letters and Numbers. I'm not sure where you can get the book, but it's almost 800 pages, and he talks about the importance of the 26-letter alphabet, talks about something called murder by numbers, how celebrities, anybody in the eye, the public eye, is part of the club, and they get offed by this code. You ever hear the song Murder by Numbers by the Police? He's also got a YouTube channel called what is it called now? He's on his 18th or 19th channel. Anyway, if you just search for Zachary K. Hubbard, you can find his work. It's called Zachary K. Hubbard. That's his new channel. There are other people out there, Shigozi Truth, Dan Barrett, also very interesting practitioners of this practice. So let's get to the headlines here, and I'll show you how this code, this every day, depending on the day, today is October 10th or 11th, or October 10th, or whatever day it is, and the corresponding day on the calendar. So let's look at the news here. And I was talking to somebody before this broadcast how this top stories keep changing, but here's one. So a story about Costco rotisserie chicken. It's only $4.99, but Costco's rotisserie chicken comes at a huge price, right? And immediately I noticed that when you write out Costco in this calculator here, it equals 33. And why is that interesting? Also equals 21. Because this happened on a day with 21 numerology. The news is out on 10/11. 10 plus 11 is 21. So there you have the 21 numerology. Also a day with 33 numerology, where 10 plus 11 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 is 33. So that's why we're talking about Costco. So they say $4.99, cheap Kirkland signature rotisserie chickens aren't. And I noticed rotisserie chicken, when you write out rotisserie chicken, or rotisserie chicken here, it equals 90, I'm sorry, when you write out rotisserie, because we're talking about rotisserie, it equals 137. Why is this interesting? Well, if you click on a number on this calculator, it'll show you the properties of the number. So you go there, 137, the 33rd prime, relating to, we're talking about rotisserie, we're talking about Costco 33, we're talking about a day with 33 numerology. And if you're talking about rotisserie chicken, 91, why is that interesting? Well, they say in the article that the chickens have become almost a cult item. 91 million were sold last year. 91 million, right? Double the number from a decade earlier. They have their own Facebook page with nearly 13,000 followers. Why 13,000 followers? Well, in this language, in this number properties, it's a mathematical relationship between 91 and 13 is this. If you click on 91, 91 is the 13th triangular number, which means if you add all the numbers from 1 to 13, that equals 91. So there's a mathematical relationship between 91 and 13. And I can't stop clicking here. So let's get back to the story here. So Costco is willing to go to extreme lengths to keep the chickens at $4.99, right? It's almost $5, $4.99. And you can go in here and look at there's something called number properties, and you can look at it and go right in, what's the significance of $4.99? It's the 95th prime number. That's interesting. Why is that interesting? Cheap Kirkland signature rotisserie chickens. Should we do this one? See what this is for fun? So this is the full name. It was capitalized. A little click happy here. Rotisserie chicken, right? The full name. There's something called the S exception as well, where S is the 19th letter of the alphabet. S gets reduced to 10. 1 and 9 is 10, right? And then 10 can be further reduced to 1. So looking here, I'm just looking at some relationships here. So I didn't really see anything, but obviously what's going on is Costco. We're talking about Costco because it's Costco equals 33 on the 33rd, on a day with 33 numerology. And that's why. We were talking about chicken as well. I'm not sure what chicken is. Let's look at that for fun. Oh. Chicken. $53, $35. So 53, the 16th prime, is related to 33 as well. If you write out 16, it equals 33. Also, 136 happens to be the 16th triangular number, which means all the numbers from 1, if you count the numbers from 1 to 16, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus etc. to 16 equals 136. So it's the 16th triangular number. And we mentioned 16 is 33 as well. If you write out 16, it equals 33. So what other stories were interesting? So this story about homes burning overnight as wildfire rages in northern LA. Right? Mandatory evacuation order, wildfire, Los Angeles. So this is all about California fires in the CNN thing where they have that. And they have like a little tab where they tell you what's trending. Let me show you here. California fires, right up here, see? Impeachment inquiry, these are live updates of what's going on. If you write out California fires, it equals 82. And this story started, the fire started yesterday. Yesterday, October 10th, was the 283rd day with 82 remaining. So California fires equals 82. It started on October 10th, a day leaving 82 days remaining in the year. No surprise there. Something's playing here. So mandatory evacuation order. Let's write out that one. Or just fires. Fires 33 on a day with 33 numerology, right? 10 plus 11 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 is 33. And we're talking about fires in California, right? California. Northern California. Or we're talking about northern Los Angeles. So we're talking about Los Angeles as well. Los Angeles, 53, like the 16th prime. 109 is interesting because 109 is the 29th prime. And we're talking about fire. Fire 29, right? And Los Angeles 109, the 29th prime. That's why we're talking about this today. So thousands ordered really, what do we say, mandatory. Saddle Ridge fire. Well, let's check out the Saddle Ridge fire here. '81, number of ritual. Also 90. If you write out 90, it equals 33. One of only two numbers that you write out equal 33. The other is 16. So Saddle Ridge fire. What else here? Oops. So impeachment inquiry is also happening right now, right? More theater. And that's what it is. That's what's happening in your media. They're trying to titillate you. They're trying to distract you. It's all this theater here, impeachment. You could spell it right. We're talking about Los Angeles too, impeachment, 53, Los Angeles, 53. Look at impeachment in Los Angeles, 53. And if you roll out the S exception, it's 55. So impeachment, 55, Los Angeles, 55, also 53 in there. So impeachment inquiry, it's this is what's trending, right? And this 103 number, 103 is the 27th prime number. And this is all about ritual. Ritual 27, the ritual number. 27, also 81. Very rare that you have a number that comes up in both ordinal and reverse. This is how the news is put together. All these themes, right? The LA Dodgers lost. The baseball team. And I'll show you that. That was very interesting. So Clayton Kershaw, he's 31 years old. Here, gotta have proof of all this stuff. Clayton Kershaw, right? He's 31 years old, born on March 19th. He's played 11 seasons in the major leagues since they debuted in 2008, right? He's 31. How much money does he make? How much money does Clayton Kershaw make? 31 million. He's 31 years old. Right? Isn't that interesting? And he makes $31 million, and he's in his 11th season. He's played 11 seasons. Why is that interesting? I'll show you. If you go to number properties and put in 31, 31 is the 11th prime number relationships, Fibonacci relationships, triangular number relationships. Very important in this practice. It's all about mathematics. Mathematics runs the world. 31, the 11th prime. He's played 11 seasons. Right? So getting back to my post here, he's 31. He makes 31 million a year. His debut, but Kershaw equals 31 in reduction, where K is 2 instead of 11, E5, R becomes 9 instead of 18, S becomes 1 in full reduction instead of 19, H becomes 8, A is 1, and W is 5. You add it up, is 31. Also, his full name, Clayton Edward Kershaw, equals 310. 310 in numerology, you drop the 0, so it's 31. So he came in the game versus the Washington Nationals. Score was 3-1. He pitched a third of an inning, the reflection of 31, right? Came in, gave up a bunch. I think he struck out the first guy on 3 pitches, and then he gave up 2 home runs. And this happened on a day with 31 numerology. 10 plus 9 is 19, plus 2 is 21, plus 1 is 22, plus 9 is 31. Clayton Kershaw. Interesting. I thought this was the 26th, but my eyes didn't read it correctly. So anyway, just another example of how things are done by the numbers in this world. There's a story about Nick Jonas. Nick Jonas. That he's on The Voice or something. Let me just get to this article here. For season 18, remember before we were talking about how lucky 18 is to Jewish people? This is a Jewish practice, a Jewish, ancient, mystical Jewish practice. Who runs the entertainment industry? You know, who are the directors? Who are the producers? Who own the studios? Mostly people of Jewish descent, primarily. Who are the major actors? So anyway, Nick Jonas joining The Voice as a coach for season 18. This happened on October 8th. Here he is. Performs during the Happiness Begins tour on September 27th in San Antonio, Texas. So it says viewers of The Voice, also happen to love Nick Jonas, have something to sing about today. Priyanka Chopra's husband was snagged a gig as a coach for the forthcoming season 18 of the reality singing competition. And he revealed it on the Ellen DeGeneres show. And it's all by the numbers. You know, all this Hollywood is entertainment, right? CNN entertainment. Might as well just say the whole thing's entertainment. They're all actors on the stage. If you think Trump is really in charge of the country, you're an idiot, quite frankly. If you think that Congress is really legislating, Who controls the money supply? That's who controls this country. Who controls big business? Who controls, who owns all the important land, all that stuff? That's who runs this country. It's like that George Carlin speech. So let's get into this. So he's perfect for The Voice. The Voice 42, Nick Jonas 42. In single reduction, look at that. Perfect for being on The Voice. So the news was announced on 10/8. His full name, Nicholas Jerry Jonas, equals 108. And this was announced on 10/8. It's also written 8/10 in most of the world, or 81. And look at his full name also equals 81 in reduction, where N is 5 instead of 14, I remains 9, C 3, O was 15. If you add it all up, any person with an elementary school education can do Gematria. You're just adding up numbers. Letters. Letters and numbers. So it equals 81. This happened 23 days after his 27th birthday. See if we can find. His birthday is September 16th. It happened 23 days later if you include the end date. So it also mentioned that ritual equals 27. We were talking about ritual. His 27th birthday is coming up. His full name equals 81. All right, this happened on 8/10 or 81. His last name Jonas equals 23. This happened 23 days after his birthday. He's a coach. Coach equals 24. Coach 24. Right? And also it's the reflection of 42. On season 18, he announced on a day with 18 numerology, and he's going to be on season 18. 10 plus 8 is 18. He's going to be on season 18. Also, he's a perfect match for the Ellen DeGeneres show. I almost said degenerate. Ellen DeGeneres show equals 96. And Nick Jonas equals 96. See that? So that's why he's on the show. That's why he revealed this on the show. And that's what it is. From your entertainment, from this guy wearing orange. Why is he wearing orange? Orange, one of the few colors that equals 33 when you write it out. I think it's the only one. Orange equals 33. They love that number. That's why he's wearing orange, And he's going to be on The Voice. Hooray, who cares, right? But that's what it is. It's that's the same thing as the headlines. It's all for entertainment, right? Donald Trump, an actor. In fact, he's a reality TV star, and then he became president. These people are all actors. Who holds the real power in America? Certainly not the politicians. They're just acting, and everybody is part of this. Anybody on the world stage, like Elizabeth Warren. So this is the world we're living in. We're living in a world that is scripted. more than you know. And it's so impossible to believe sometimes, but that's what Gematria helps us do. It helps us reveal the false reality in which we live in. My name's Dan. Check out my blog, danielthelionsden.blogspot.com. Check out my YouTube channel, Numerical Lion. And let's spread this knowledge of numbers and letters. Spread it far and wide. Thanks so much for the support. Please subscribe and spread.